Welcome to another exciting episode of the $1 Million Peddlers. I'm Papergoy.
I'm Mr. Magazine.
And Mr. Magazine.
Yes.
I know you were going to ask me this question.
Okay.
When we're videotaping this, who videotapes nowadays? When we're recording this, I have been 1 week essentially into retirement.
So jealous.
So you were going to ask me what I have noticed as far as reselling goes and retirement.
Well, how is retirement and how is your reselling?
Oh, I'm glad that you asked. So one thing that I have definitely noticed, Mr. Magazine, is you definitely need to have systems in place because it's very, very easy if you don't have discipline. I can see where you could the day would just disappear on you. And this is kind of what I thought.
Let me guess. You wake up 2:45 in the morning, you got a t-shirt on, shorts, you walk down, get some coffee. I would probably go back in bed, check my emails, just drag the day along. Whereas if I'm like, I got to be here, it's a little different.
No,
You're not like that, but
I still get up and shower, and then I come down and I drink the coffee.
Thank God you shower.
Yes. Shower, you might stink. Now, I still do all of the same things. The only difference I noticed is I tend to have everything done by 6 o'clock, just like I did back in the old days when I was working.
Yeah.
In other words, by 6 o'clock in the morning, I would start my day job.
You're ready for your job, yeah.
Well, now at 6 o'clock in the morning, pretty much every single day, I am at least done with what I was supposed to be doing. Mm-hmm. So I would be able to start the day job at that point if need be.
Yes.
But then after that, every day I have to have a plan in place as to what to do. What am I going to list today? Right. What am I going to do today? Because in my head, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I would be starting my day job. I've got everything completed that I need. I've got the items listed on Etsy. I've got everything found and packed. I've got. Now, what am I doing today? Mm-hmm. Because I did I'm not going to call it busy work, but all the work that you have to do every day anyway.
Right.
That's all done. So what I've been figuring out is, as much as you had suggested, I've almost got to set up today is going to be heavy Amazon listing, or today is going to be heavy eBay listing, or so on. Because again, otherwise you don't feel like you're making any progress whatsoever.
Right.
Because if I've got, I'll just use the perfect example. I've got a pile with if we got 10 different piles with 500 items each in them, and I list 2 items out of each pile, I don't feel like I did anything at the end of the day.
Just chipping away, and
even though I got plenty of stuff listed.
Right.
Whereas if I say today I'm going to list a lot of stuff on Amazon, I feel at the end of the day that I went and I've accomplished something.
No, that's a good plan. I would say one thing, though, because Amazon, You're just listing everything in system. You're not doing any scratch stuff. So you don't need to take pictures or anything.
Well, I do take pictures.
For Amazon, too?
Yes.
So maybe do something So when do you start this whole process? 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock?
A little after 6, depending upon if I'm driving the wife to work or not, et cetera, et cetera.
And how many items do you plan to list, regardless of what platform it is, per day? What's your goal?
I don't really have a goal at this point. It's more an area or I want to get this box listed, and it may have I don't know how many items in it. I haven't counted the items. It's just like I set this out as my goal.
Because maybe break it down. What time you usually want to be done doing all this?
Usually 2 to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm more or less done with everything like that. All the heavy lifting. Now I might have a whatnot auction at 4 o'clock. I might have. And if things sell at 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30, I'm going to be going and relist. I'm going to be packing them and all that.
Maybe break it down into 2 periods, like a morning and an afternoon period. And so, say the 6:30 start time. Maybe scan for an hour, list all that stuff till lunch. Then you have lunch. Now here's period 2. I'm going to scan all this stuff and list this stuff till 3. And you'll have kind of a gauge of how many things you can scan in what time period and how many things you're going to list in that time period. So I don't know if that mixes it up a little bit, because some people will scan list. I don't know if it's very efficient. But you also don't, like, I one employee that loves to scan 100 items the whole day and then list them the next day. And I think that's crazy too, because now you're looking at all these little pictures. Is this the right one? So I always say, like, if I expect my listers to do 20 or 25 an hour, scan your 20 or 25, then list them. Scan your 20, but if you break it down to like 2 day periods, AM and PM, maybe that breaks it up a little bit.
Right. Yeah, it's definitely a work in progress. There is no doubt at all about that. Like I said, I definitely have learned some things about it and seen what the dangers are in it as well. But so far, 10 days in, I haven't had, I mean, other than when I wasn't feeling well. I did dog it those days, but that wasn't due to lack of discipline or anything at all like that. Right. And then the other thing that I'm finding is, which I knew from the start, is sales tend to be Thursday, Friday, primarily up here in Rochester. So I am checking at least for sales on those days, and I may list fewer items on those days just because. And I'm still trying to keep the weekend as a weekend of some sort. Not that I don't work on it, I definitely do, but my wife has it off at that point. So she's still on the 5-day schedule, the Monday through Friday. So the weekends are something a little bit special for us at that point as well. So yeah, no, we're learning. We're moving along, but again, a lot of the problems that I foresaw in the before I had retired, I see where they definitely could be problems at this point, but I'm staying on top of them. So I will keep you apprised as time goes on, for sure, and we will see you next video.
Take care. Bye-bye.